Danny and input cruising through the airwaves. Transformers knowledge blast that never caves. Reviews so sharp they'll cut through steel. In the podcast world, they're the real deal. Jumping in the deep end, swimming with the best. Danny's got the info and she never needs to rest. Input's got the passion like a roaring jet. Together they make a mark you won't forget. Dynamic duo, never gonna quit. Taking over airwaves, super lit. Transformers podcast bringing the heat. Every single episode can't be beat.
No, that drug out. Hey, welcome to the state of the Transformers fandom. I'm Danni Dolphin. You know what the D stands for, and I'm rocking with Mr. Input himself.
That's right, baby. And not only is she rocking with me, I'm rocking with her, and we're rocking with everybody else because I'm here, you're all beautiful. And it's me, it's that N-PUT, and I've already gone through everything that I've ever wanted to say about Danny Double D today. So I don't really have much else to say except for welcome to the show, everybody. And today, what are we hitting them with, Danny? What are we talking about?
Yeah, a little lighter topic today. Just toy hunting still worth it, or are you worn out? Just a little funner, laid back chat. Got some other intense stuff coming up, and last week was heated a little with people, but we're just here, and we're just talking. Talking about toy hunting. I'm still toy hunting. I don't know about you. I mean, there's ups, there's downs. When's the last time you went, or what's your feeling?
Well, if anybody got upset because they got a little heated last week, let me tell you guys something real quick, fast, like, and in a hurry, son. Okay? If you're a little upset about the heat, that means you ain't close enough to the fire. So go on ahead and jump in feet first, baby. That's what you got to do. Toy hunting still worth it? Man, look. So I think I'm officially out.
Mm-hmm.
I went toy hunting with a buddy of mine Jesus, what is today? It's been a hectic 2 months for me. I want to say like a week and a half ago, we went up to Target. He's a huge Marvel Legends collector, and the new Jean Grey, the X-Force Factor, the yellow and blue one that goes with that Cyclops. Anyway, she's sitting there on the shelf. Boom. Just sitting there on the shelf. There's like 10 of them. So he gets really excited. He grabs one, and then there's a Miles Morales with the I forgot the name of the suit, but it's the Puerto Rican flag suit, right?
Mm-hmm.
From the video game, from Spider-Man 2. So he gets all excited, and we go and check out and everything, and he scans the Jean Grey, and this thing pops up, and it says, an employee is on the way to help you, or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she comes over, and she says, she scans it with her little Palm Pilot, whatever thing, her
Scans
Zebra.
between your legs, yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, oh, this is street dated. I can't sell you this.
Oh.
And I was like, what? I was like, dog, you got like 10 of them over there. What do you mean it's street dated? And she's like, yeah, I can't sell it to you, and I need to get some team members over there to take those down and put them back in the back or something. And I was like, what? So wait a minute, you guys got them out on the shelf, and now you can't sell them to me because they're quote unquote street dated, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of sitting there, and I see the look on his face. He's just like, what? Like he's like just confused. And so we get in the car, and he's texting another friend of ours. And then about an hour or so later, he gets a message about how this guy on Instagram went and did like a barcode, like switcheroo type of thing, right? Like he scanned some Marvel Legend, but he didn't scan the Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, sorry, he scanned the Jean Grey, and then the other Marvel Legend figure, he handed that Marvel Legend to the employee. And then he was like, oh, this is the one I scanned. And she took it, and she's like, okay, it's street dated, whatever. And I was like, dude, what are we doing, man? These are toys. Are we seriously having to jump through hoops like trained seals at Target to get this
Wow.
stuff now. So I was
Or
just like,
trained dolphins, how about?
oh, trained dolphins. Got to get them fishes.
Jump through your fucking hoops, dog.
So I was pretty much like, yeah, you know what? I think this is stupid. If
Mhm.
you know, it I just at that point just kind of occurred to me, just fuck it. It's not worth the headache for all this stuff, So just get and I hate that, man. I am a brick and mortar person, 100%, right? But the more hoops that we have to jump through and the harder it becomes to get this stuff from a store, the more and more I'm pushed towards just saying just get it online and pre-order it or order it or whatever, right? And just get it that way.
Huh?
Or wait for Christmas and go to Ross,
Yeah,
you
in the
know?
States, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hit or miss because like like I said, toy hunting for retail stuff, it's hit or miss. I was going to the Walmart every day for months, for real, like 2 months on end. And that's when I found like some of the new 86 like bone crusher and stuff, and some of the other stuff too, the aerial bots, but I had to go every day for months on end, and they had nothing ever. And that's the thing. That's why I don't make the Danny's Worlds all the time doing that because I go there every day. I'm not going to film the same aisle every day, and they have nothing. So kind of takes the fun out of that as well. The
Yeah.
one day I did film weirdly, like they had stuff and it was fun, and yeah, it's fun to. But yeah, like I said, it's fun to go find it when something that you're looking for. It is cool to be able to see it. Like I said, the experience. Oh, the experience, right? Like when you're there and it's fun. Like me and Bart go there, or doing it with someone. It's fun, but yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's tough.
but you're going every single day, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but it gets me out, I guess. That's the part I like. It makes me
okay,
social to a point. I'm not driving. I don't live where you guys live. I'm not driving to 15 Walmarts in, Dallas or whatever, right? Like it's
right.
Kelowna. Like I'm driving it's 15 minutes to one Walmart, 20 minutes to another, a Toys R Us in between, the malls in between. So I'm not really spending that much on gas. And like I said, my online work, it gets me out, gets me social. That's the whole part that I like it, because it's, my car's really good on gas, right? Especially gas
Yeah.
has gone down now. So it's hot, the AC running, but it just kind of gets me out. That's the part I do it for, is more of the outing, you know what I mean? And if I find something extra cool, but yeah, it just sucks, like you said. And the thing is, I'm relying mostly on GameStop now, and it's going to go back to EB Games now in Canada. But you can pre-order all your stuff there, and it makes it a lot simpler. I get discounts. It's better for me from ordering from online because I get I think 15% off now, and it's basically no tax. So getting it there. But sometimes they don't get shipper boxes of figures, so they might be missing one important figure of the whole wave. So if you don't get, if you just rely on there, you could get screwed as well.
What's crazy is I'm old now, but I remember a time when GameStop used to sell figures, like 2002, and they would be like Legend of Dragoon, like PS1 game figures, or like the McFarlane Metal Gear Solid stuff, like Sons of Liberty stuff and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like that was really cool to me back in the day, but like when they started this whole when they've kind of come full circle now, where they started selling figures and stuff again,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more nerd, like pop culture type of stuff, right? That seems really weird to me. That now it seems weird to me because traditionally, you go into Walmart to get your Spider-Man, or get your whatever it is, like your traditional type of action figure. You're not going in to get like a Legend of Dragoon figure, right? Now, but GameStop seems to be the place, if you want it physically,
Yeah, it is basically.
to go in and get it at, right? Like
Basically, yeah.
you can't rely on your traditional like Walmarts and Targets.
No, no, it's in a league of its own. And another thing that what's his name said, I don't agree with totally. Depends what store, of course. I know people don't care. pre-ordering everything and then cancels in the wild. Yeah, if you're ordering everything from like huge establishments like Big Bad and all that, and you're canceling, I do it too, right? That's fine, right? In a way, I
Yeah.
mean, it's still whatever against them. But like, you know, the thing is, like, sometimes I order a bunch of stuff from ages 3 and up, and that's a smaller establishment. You know, they do well, but it's a smaller thing. And you see, in like, you know, I'm invested in, you know, I don't want to support them, and it just sucks because I don't want to cancel on them when I find it in the wild, right? And sometimes like stuff there shows up early, some stuff shows up there late, right? But you get that impulse when you see it, you're like, oh, I should buy it. And like I said, some places it's okay to cancel on, I find, but you know, some places you don't want to cancel on, like, and like GameStop, I want to, if it's coming in there and I know it's coming in there, I'd like to get it from there because it's so much cheaper for me, right? But
See, and there are some times where I will, like for most recent example of this is that Mayfex Superboy, the Death of Superman Superboy. I had to work a toy show for the toy store that I work for, and so I'm walking around and I find him at somebody else's I don't know, cubicle, table, whatever you want to call it, like little square. You guys know what I'm talking about. At least I hope so, right? And I find him and I was like, I got him pre-ordered on BBTS. I can wait because I was thinking to myself, I was like, well, if he's got it, I'm pretty sure mine's gonna ship here pretty soon, right? And hey, Ion, so I was like, mine will ship here pretty soon. I'll just wait for mine to ship, you know. And I do that every so often, and then every so often, if I'm, if I have something on pre-order and I do end up seeing it in the store, then I will do what Big M will do and just cancel it, just get it then and cancel it. Because sometimes BBTS, what they'll do is like they'll get something in, like let's say you pre-order Spider-Man 2099 Cross the Universe, whatever. SH Figure Arts figure, whatever, right? They'll get like 100 in, and then they'll send those 100 out, and then it's up for pre-order again because they have an order of like 500 figures, and they only got 100 of them, right? So in a case like that, I can totally understand why you don't want to take that risk of having to wait another 2 months to get whatever figure that you're trying to get, right? The other downside of pre-ordering is sometimes these companies will ship something 6 months in ahead of time. Oh, it's supposed to be out October, right? And you've got the money already kind of tied up, right? Oh, I'm gonna put this extra $50 on my credit card, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that, right? Like the money's already tied up, and then boom, you get that shipping notification. You're like, what? This wasn't supposed to release until August.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole nother thing. The dates suck, That's why, like, at GameStop, like, I used to work at the one for, like, 7 years or something. So now at the one that I go to locally, like, hold stuff. I mean, you have that card, so you can hold it a certain amount of time and pick at it, which is good, right? Because, and yeah, I guess it's part of the toy hunting. You're going there. It just made it easier. Like I said, like you can't rely just going on Walmart, Toys R Us. You've seen the prices jacked up there in Canada, so there's not even a point to go there unless it's something strange like an exclusive they got to be the same price, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I still like it. Like I said, for me, it's about the outing. And like I said, I used to run into so many people. If we were talking 5 years ago, 4 years ago, even with the COVID time, like I'd run into so many people out there hunting and socialize with them. Now it's like I seen someone, I'm like, well, where the hell have you been? I'm still coming every day, but like I saw someone recently I haven't seen in like probably a year and a half, and it's just like, wow, they're totally not out there anymore, like it's just I'm still there, but like I said, I'm doing it for like the outing, the social aspect. I still run into new people. I still run into some people I see all the time, but it's just different, but like I said, I like the idea of it gets you to get out, that's the part I like the most about it.
Yeah, I think like just having this conversation out loud, I kind of feel like there's no real right, I don't want to say right way, but there's no good way to really hunt for anything because, like I said earlier,
Yeah.
And what Ultra Megatronus is saying here, right?
Yeah.
Like,
What's up,
try,
Martin? Miss you. Blah 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 blah.
he says, try ordering something that comes out a certain month and it comes out everywhere else 3 months earlier, and you already paid. Yeah, and now you're sitting
Exactly.
on it. Yeah, and it gets you upset because you're like, well, where the fuck's mine?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
How come they're not getting it? And it's so sporadic, and yeah, you've already invested. Everyone's showing it off. Everyone's reviewing it or whatever, right? But yeah, Martin,
Yeah.
miss you so much. Hope you're well. We need you when you're ready.
MC DJ says, I really dislike how Target does their pre-orders. Either let me pay for it now or wait. All those pre-authorization charges and then drops. Ugh, dude.
Totally.
I hate when companies, when you pre-order something, Entertainment Earth does this too. Like Entertainment Earth will charge you $1 and then they give the $1 back just to make sure the account's real or whatever. And I'm like, dude, come on now. Don't do that nonsense.
Yeah, that's why I love pre-ordering at GameStop when I go in there too, right? Because it's like you can go there, I can go look through everything, I can go even on the computer and look through stuff, or get them to go through the computer. No money down unless it's like a huge item like a Titan, and I put like $5 down. Even if you cancel that, you can switch your money out onto something else. So that's another part. And being vocal when you're going out, especially at a place like GameStop. Like I know a lot of people, man, like even if you didn't work there, like if if you're really like, especially the one here, like a lot of those people aren't collectors. A lot, like when I worked at the GameStop, I was screwing everyone over. I was taking all the stuff for myself, right? But there's no one like that there into Transformers and stuff. So, I mean, if you can like socialize with those people now, right? Like you can get it in, like they'll put figures aside for you. That's the part that like, instead of just pre-ordering online, like if you can go schmooze up people at your local like collectible store or this and that, especially like a GameStop where they get stuff cheaper and exclusives, you can kind of get it in with people just being social and getting out,
Yeah.
I mean, I know I undercutted people and I was an asshole, but that's what GameStop employees do, right?
I mean, when I was a GameStop employee, I never did that. So you're kind of paddling your own boat.
I was bad. I was your typical, like, I was bad, man. I was like, oh yeah, we sold all those. I got a drawer for like 4 freaking black Ravages or whatever.
I will say we did have an employee drawer, and if somebody came in, I would be like, nah, man, our computer system's like kind of wonky. If it says we have one, sometimes we might have it. I could check for it. Knowing full well it's in the employee drawer, right? Like,
well, yeah, I don't know, man. It says we have some, but like, I don't know. Maybe they were pre-ordered.
But when I was a manager, dude, I was real strict. I straight up would be like, you got until Friday to get this out of the drawer. Like everybody gets paid Friday. You got till Friday to get it out of the drawer. And if they didn't, that Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is I worked, I'd pull it out of the drawer and call that customer and be like, hey, did you still want Dirge of Cerebus on PS2? I just found it. I know you came in, and then, it was all good.
Yeah, right? My boss, like, he was keeping stuff in there for years. So, like, we had, like, it didn't matter, right? Because it was like, he's doing it, we're doing it, right? But yeah, like I said, like besides the greaseball people that do that shit at GameStop, like I said, mine's all full of like furries or something at this GameStop. They're lighthearted people. They're not collecting this shit. They don't care. They're playing video games or something or doing something else, but playing D&D or something. But like I said, I know other people have done this lately. Like I've seen other videos where people are like in there, they're chatting the people up, right? It's all about being out there, being present, and sometimes you get ins doing that. They had a lot of SD con stuff go through. They had Hasbro Pulse exclusives come through there, like Dino King. I know people don't want, like, you don't like it. It's not the point. It's just saying, like, it's coming through there, right? So get a heads up, you can get it cheaper or whatever, right? Like I said, just being present. That's a part I liked about the toy hunting part the most, is just being out there with people. That's even how I met Bart, through someone eventually, when we were going through Adrian at Toys R Us to get Transformers, and we ran into each other. Then he sold me a whole bunch of Beast Wars figures, and just the relationship built off of that. So just from that, I met people, right? So I'm really for it, but I know what you say. You can't depend on the Walmarts anymore, or the Targets like you used to. Like,
I'll say this. I'm going to get some flack for this, and I know I will, but bear with me. There's a train of thought here. So hear me out, guys, okay? I feel like
camera.
yeah, I have one. I just never turn it on for these.
You gotta pay $3.99 for us to see his face.
I think McFarlane does toy hunting right. Now hear me out. There's a train of thought. I know like 50 people just thumbs down this video, right? How dare you, McFarlane's red platinum? Screw you, man. Right? But like in my mind, that's what you go hunting for, right? Like the new Cyclops that came out, like the new Wolverine, the new, this or that, like that doesn't need to be hunted. That should not be hunted for, right? But like a figure that comes out that is kind of hidden in a box, like there's supposed to be 6 Superman, but you only get 5 Superman, and you get a question, right? Okay, then you got to go hunt for the question. Like that's hunting, right? Like you going up to 15 targets and you can't find the Spider-Man you want. That's and Hasbro made a gazillion Spider-Man. That's absurd, right? So like I said, there's a train of thought there.
Yeah, I know for sure. Talk about stuff coming early in the message in me and the group chat that I'm with, or Azel Kane just posted a studio series Preceptor with those tapes. That's already out. Like, oh my god, child.
And Raz is getting everything early, man. He's calling up the factory. He's calling them up.
Yeah. Puckering those lips up.
MCGJ said, that's how I got my Tidal Wave Titan last year at GameStop. Manager was like, I got something for you. Brings it out. Said, dude hasn't paid in over a week. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's the thing with people that pay at GameStop. You come in all the time. You pick up your pre-orders basically on time. You're flashing money. You're buying shit. They know I'm buying a lot of shit because Bart stuff too. Give me his cash or tell me to pick stuff up for us. So like they just like the people that they know have the money and they need to move stuff to make themselves look good. They'll sell it to you, especially if it's in the time of the person's pre-order runs out for sure, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. And if the store needs to make a certain amount of whatever it is for that week, whether it be pre-orders, whether it be reserves, whether it be just cash flow, whatever, right? Like if the store is down that week, they don't care. They do not care. Pre-orders at GameStop don't really mean much of anything at all. I've plenty of times district managers have told me, oh, what's this stack? Oh, those are the pre-orders. Just sell through them. Who cares? I'm like, they're pre-ordered. I don't care. Just sell through them. So if anything comes up like that, definitely for sure.
Yeah. Martin says, actually being on a McFarlane kick, that's really good sale on the Dark Knight Returns figures, and just got me hooked after that. Yeah, I seen you posting some of that stuff actually. For Raz's PvP. Raz is the French, the Canadian French PvP. Yeah.
Oh no.
No. Is he just getting it from DJ Collectibles? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's DJC. Damn it! I've done the gimmick so long I don't remember the store's name.
Oh, yeah.
Don't sue me. I need Raz to do
DJC.
it.
Follow the link down below.
DJC Collectibles. Right? I think that's it.
I gotta see if that is online. But yeah, like I said, like that's the thing, man. Like I said, I met Bart, I met people. Like I like the traditional toy hunting. And then anyways, this weekend we went on, that's the thing, like that's just the mortar store type stuff, right? But this weekend we went on, to some vintage stores and some flea markets and some other stuff like that. So that was cool, man. I actually found some stuff that's like really strange that I bought, right? But it's cool, like to go out, and that's the fun of that. Like if you're going vintage shopping or like antique stores, like you know what I mean. That you're finding different stuff at that point. You know what I mean, and that's cool just to be around seeing new stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think
out to talk to people like that because it's just out of the norm for toy hunting, but it's still toy hunting. We're still looking for toys. We're going to antiques and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, no, I mean I do that. I used to do that pretty heavily, like go to antique stores about a decade or so back. That's how I found a lot of like older, like Ninja Turtles and stuff like that. Yeah, no, that's something that we definitely do here. We have quite a bit of stores that you can go to here. We got a crap ton of Targets and Walmarts, but we also got like something like 8 or 9 vintage toy stores now. We've got tons and tons of antique stores and everything.
Totally. It's fun. I found this even at the antique store this weekend. Complete
oh dude, that's dope. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, like that's I would never have found that like complete, like good, better price than eBay. So I mean, yeah, like it's just cool. Like that's complete too. So I mean, it's neat. Like this wouldn't have ran into that like at a brick and mortar, right?
Right.
And yeah, it's just fun to get out there like that. Oh, the pizza's in here, the other little piece. But yeah, it's just fun. Like it's just fun to hunt for stuff like that. And you never know what you'll find. Bart found some Robotech stuff that was 100% complete too that he bought. We found some stuff that wasn't complete that he bought, but it's just different, Like I said, it just gets you out there, social. I think that's the whole point of it, for me the most, Do you guys collect Transformers, DLX, Bayverse? I don't. Neither does anybody.
I don't. But the what is it? The was it MLX? The was it DLX? The Seekers, the Acid Storm that just came out, that non-transformable Acid Storm. I think it's MLX because it's non-Bayverse, right? I have that. That Acid Storm is freaking amazing. He's really cool.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's all. That's about it. Blunghole says my best thrift store find was a complete Micromaster Transport tanker truck in box for $4. Dude. Oh, what's the big man,
see you later, Martin. Love ya. Take care.
Take care, Ultra Megatronus.
Hopefully to Australia soon.
MDLX. Thank you, Big M.
Yeah, MDLX, yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of that big was it Stratosphere? I think in the Bayverse, that big plane that like drops other airplanes or whatever. I found him sealed not a few years ago. Gosh, like 8 years ago now at a Goodwill, sealed, just sitting on the thing, and I was like, holy crap! All right, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
MC DJ's in the house, and he says, hard to believe that Robotech turns the big 4-0 this year. It's hard to believe that there's a lot of stuff that is still around. I mean, they just released a Captain Planet comic book from what I saw. Yeah, he's got like a beard and everything. Like he's got grass growing on his face. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, things are getting old, that's for sure. I was at my appointment today, and the lady's like, not everyone's a fresh young college student like yourself. I was like, I'm 40 years old, child, or I will be next year, but yeah.
That's all right.
Probably put close to 40 grand in my face.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. I got some gray in the beard, but I don't have any gray up top yet. So I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm gonna cry when I start to lose my natural highlights and lowlights in my hair. It's gonna be a sad day for me.
You're all natural. It's so funny that I was getting stuff done. I'm like, oh, I'm so natural now. He's like laughing at me. Oh God, but yeah. Yeah, no, it was fun, man. It's fun. Like, get out there. Like, it's about that, Like I said, today's a little lighter topic. If you like to, some people don't have the ability to drive everywhere. If it's too costly to drive to 15 Walmarts, don't do it. Stay home, stay safe. Just go to a couple, not go order online, and do what you want. It's all personal choice and preference, But if you're like me, kind of a shut in with your work, kind of just shut in general, it's nice to get out. It'll give you a reason to like get you out,
Yeah, most of my toy hunting now either comes from. I mean, is it unfair to say toy hunting and that it comes from the toy store? Like people will bring stuff in to sell, and I'll just like. And I start digging through their stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, dude, this is like a reverse toy hunt. Like you're bringing it to me, and then and if there's something I want, I just buy it, right? Like,
it's like role play. Let's switch it up.
Yeah, but I do most of my toy hunting now at like toy shows and stuff like that. People will just bring like a bin or a tub or something like that, and You know, it's just one of those like giant like dig totes. You just dig through it.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's where I get my enjoyment for the stuff at now. It's just digging through that stuff and just
Yeah.
going to the shows. So,
The
Danny,
toy, you don't go to the toy hunt, the toy hunt comes to you.
that's it, bye. Tell these beautiful people out there in TV land, what are we hitting them with next week? What are we talking about?
Yeah, unless anything major comes up, like someone already mentioned in chat about the new figure drops. It's just like the leak listing. I wouldn't mind going into at some point when there's a bit more clarification. It's just, yeah, you know, the new toy drops not that special. I mean, saw most of it coming in leak listings from before. But next week we're talking. Yeah, are you just reviews? I guess. Are you watching it? Are you still watching Transformers reviews? I mean, it's toy reviews in general, but we, you know, is the Transformers fandom, so we're talking about Transformers. But yeah, you watching the whole thing, you skip into the end. Are they even relevant anymore? Are those people just wasting their time? Should they be manicuring their hands still for their reviews? And yeah, and otherwise we'll be jumping into some other good topics too. Like I said, if the leak listing was a bit more I wanted to do one with maybe on a Danny and Friends or something with a couple people, maybe Input and Ninja Bill and some people could join us. I was thinking of doing that, but for this show, yeah, just still on the main topics. Anything else that you can think of that you want to bring up lately?
No, that's it. Just talking next week. Are you, just to reiterate, what are you watching? Who are you watching? And how are you watching? And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Stay classy, San Francisco.
Yes, yeah. God, yeah. $3.99. You can watch us anytime. All right, take care. See you next week, people.
Thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure. However, we must now conclude the program. We appreciate your viewership and apologize should we have inadvertently disrupted your evening. Please do not take any offense. We look forward to presenting another engaging topic next week. And we